Harvest well-ripened figs. Only female fig trees and self-fertile fig trees produce edible fruits. Purple, yellow, black, green, the color of figs changes depending on the variety and maturity of the fruit. Passionate about this ancient tree, Thierry Demarquest has catalogued hundreds of varieties that he cultivates in his nursery.
There are sterile male fig trees and others that are hermaphroditic. The ones usually sold are hermaphroditic, so they have a dual function and are edible. Afterwards, the birds create many seedlings that become capri fig trees, which are sterile or bare figs that are inedible. They are there to release pollen rather than to be eaten. It is always interesting to have several different fig trees so you can spread out the harvest with the early figs in July, late June, early July, and the autumn figs from late August until the frosts. There is no alternation or rare case. It is the climate that will determine if there will be more or less. So here we see a fig that is ripe, and we see those that will be ripe in a week or 2 weeks. You know it's ripe because it is very, very soft. But you can also check if there is still some milk coming out of the stem. The fruit is being nourished, so it will continue to ripen. It is best to avoid picking them at this moment. We keep the stem to preserve the fig a little. It's always easier to preserve it, even for a few hours, even for a day or two. So there are many figs like those called white, which actually come in several colors. You can see it here. There is green, there is blue, and there is brown. Here you can see figs that are just ripe. They are mature and can be eaten. But if you wait a little bit, they stay attached to the tree and they dehydrate. What concentrates the sugar? Well, they are a bit like jam. It's really a superior quality. There are two known ways to preserve them. One is to dry them. In military countries, this is very easy because the harvest comes very early. You can dry them in the sun if you bring them in at night. In other regions, you need a dehydrator or an oven to dry them. To preserve them, you can also sterilize them in a sugar syrup, and they can be kept like that for quite a long time, even to be used later with foie gras, for example.
Figs are rich in fiber and minerals. Their skin contains many antioxidants.